Hi everyone, I hope you are well, staying safe and healthy. In this video, I will discuss about different kind of tempering conditions as executed in single phase electricity meter in order to stop the meter or to damage the meter as observed in field. And along with this, I will also discuss the different design considerations and the logics to detect all these temper conditions and hence to make the meter tamper proof. So let's start with this. Okay guys, I have written some points on whiteboard in advance to save the time, and in order to understand the things in a simpler manner, I have divided the tempering conditions in a meter in two parts. One kind of a tempers can be done in a meter through the various its wiring configurations or to change its load conditions, and the second kind of tempering conditions which is happen in a meter by applying the external forces to the meter. So these are the two categories, right? So before moving to these two categories, first I would like to explain the some basic principle of metering, which is going to helpful to understand all this temper, and it is also going to helpful to understand the design considerations and the implementation of a logic. So okay, the normal wiring condition of a meter is like this. Let's assume that this is a meter and here it's a phase wire and this is a neutral wire. This is display, okay, and here it's a neutral out and here it's a phase out, and between this our house load is connected. This is my load of house, okay. So here we need to understand how the current flows into that and what are the components used to measure the current, because once your load is connected then it is drawing some current, and based on that current your electricity will get measured or the energy consumption get measured, okay. So normally in a meter at the phase path shunt is used, shunt, and on the CT path, on the neutral channel path CT is used, CT. So CT stands for a current transformer, okay. So this is a normal connections of a meter, and in this case my current flows in this direction and then goes back to the this like this, and similarly for the neutral the current flows in this direction, okay. And here in this case my shunt channel also measures, or the phase current is measured, and also my neutral current is measured, right? And my phase current should be equal to my neutral current. If there is no tempering conditions in a meter, then my phase current, whatever the current flows through this shunt component, it should be equal to the current flows into my CT component. So this is some basic principle used to detect the tempering conditions. So okay, what does it mean actually? When your meter is connected in a normal wiring condition, my phase current should be equal to my neutral current, and these two currents is measured by these two components. One is my shunt component and one is my current transformer components. There are also some other techniques to measure the current. One of them is the Hall effect sensor, right? We will discuss that in next lecture. Let's discuss the tempering conditions which can be done through different wiring configurations or via changing the load conditions. So okay, this is a normal working condition of a meter or a normal connections of a meter. In order to do this kind of a tamper, which is called current reverse tamper, what usually happen in the field, here the changes are this: load is connected here, load, and instead of this, here the phase and neutral is connected from the supply, right? So what does it mean here? In a normal condition, phase and neutral need to be connected here, but in a one configuration, phase and neutral is connected at the right hand side of a meter and load is connected on the left hand side of a meter. So this is called the current reverse condition. And how it is measured into the meter? Because I told you the current flow in this direction in a normal condition, right? In this condition, the current flows in a different direction, and the metrology engine will set a negative flag based on some calculations. Okay, your current is flowing in the reverse direction, and this kind of a tampering condition is detected through the firmware, and it says it's a reverse tamper, and according to that your icon is set on the LCD, and also the corresponding tamper is logged into the meter, right? So this is about first tamper. Now let's discuss about the load via earth or the partial ground tamper. Here, let me again rub this. Now in this condition, let's say your phase is here, neutral is here, and this is coming from electricity board, okay? This one wiring configuration is known as a load via earth. Here my load is connected to via earth and the neutral wire is disconnected, and the meter is getting supply from phase and neutral. But in this condition, what happens when your load is connected to the earth? Your phase current flows through this, right? And the phase current is measured by the meter, but there is no activity in the neutral current because it is open. So my neutral current is 0. So here your metering logic says that my phase current is not equal to the neutral current and there is a 100% difference. So in this case it says that your meter load is connected to the earth and it's a tampering condition. Similarly, here you can connect the some partial load to the meter and some partial load to the earth. So this one kind of a condition is known as the partial ground condition, and in this case the wiring diagram is like this. Here wiring diagram is like this. So in this case what will happen, the overall current goes through the shunt, but the sum of the current goes through this load, right? Load 1, and this is my load 2, which is a tampering condition, right? Here in this case again my phase current is not equal to the neutral current, and in the meter there is some logic. Okay, if my phase current and neutral current have a difference of say, let's say 5%, then it will be detected as a tampering condition, and based on this logics it will log the tamper into its memory and shows a corresponding icon on the display. Okay, so let's move to the neutral missing tamper. For this neutral missing tamper I have already prepared one video. You can check the I button link, right? And where I have demonstrated the neutral missing tamper in a nice way with practicals. Just for a brief, then in the neutral missing tamper, what will happen? User will disconnect the complete your neutral. Just in a short, only the phase is coming and the neutral is totally disconnected from the meter and the load is connected to the earth. Okay. Now the fourth one is the neutral disturbance. What does it mean? In a neutral disturbance, what the user do here at this point, user disturb its neutral via diode, putting some diode across this or a capacitor or some resistance. So there are some various kind of conditions in a neutral disturbance. Okay, so through this, if user puts this diode only, then it disturbs the neutral, and this kind of a connection tries to confuse the meter metrology, but there are some logics to detect this kind of a tempers in the meter. Okay, and the fifth one is the current bypass. What does it mean? User tries to short the shunt or the CT channel path so that your meter should get confused and will not measure the current. But in this case also your metrology engine works fine and it measures the current. So these are the typical 5 kind of tempers which can be done through changing its wire, and this wiring can be changed here and there, I mean in the reverse direction also. So there are number of cases are involved in this. I have mentioned only 5. At the end of a video I will attach the snapshot which covers all the tempers in this category. Okay, so let's move to the second kind of a tempering conditions in a meter. This kind of a tempers is actually an external attack on the meter, and the first one is the cover open. Cover open mean to say that if some user gets access to break the seals of a meter and tries to open the cover of a meter in order to change its components or etc., then it can also be detected into the meter. So I will show you one thing. So here I have a one meter. Here it's a one switch which is used to scroll the display, and this is a switch which is used to detect the cover open. So what does it mean? When the cover is placed on the top of a meter, this button get pushed, right? And this button output is connected to the microcontroller which sends a signal either high or low. So when this cover is opened, it sends a signal to the microcontroller. Okay, the state of this logic is changed and it is required to log the cover open temper. Okay, this is one thing. Second temper is a magnetic temper, which is again an external attack on the meter. Normally the specification says that your meter should be immune to up to 0.1 Tesla, right? And if above then that magnetic field is applied, then your meter should log the temper. So in the field it is observed that some guys use a very heavy magnet, means like a 0.5 Tesla magnet or a 1 Tesla magnet, which is used to stop the meter and to affect its semiconductor devices. Now how it is detected into the meter? There is a one chip which is called AH180. Okay, this semiconductor is actually a Hall effect sensor, and it is used to detect the magnetic field into the meter, and maybe there are some other devices or semiconductors used to detect the magnetic interference into the meter. In case of a magnetic temper as detected by meter, your meter runs at Imax. What does it mean? That if your electricity meter is designed for, let's say, 5 to 30 amperes, then it will make the energy at Imax is 30 amperes into 240 volts, and again it depends on the some tender specifications. Okay, let's move to the third temper, 35 kV. This is a very much high voltage applied externally to the meter in order to distract the meter. Again, related to this, I have already prepared one video. You can check it on the iLink button where I have demonstrated through practical. Okay, fourth one is the jammer. Now what does it mean by a jammer? Jammer is again a device and it is a kind of a loop, some loop which is placed across the meter, and that device generates the very high frequency ESD pulses, right? So that kind of a pulses can affect your some semiconductors inside the device like your clock, or it can also damage the microcontroller. To protect the meter from this kind of tampering condition where jammer is used, again some metallic plates and the metallic shielding is used at the base of a meter and also at the top of a meter and at the side of the meter. In this way your meter gets protected from the jammer. And also there are some specific design changes done in the hardware or at the PCB side. Okay. The fifth one temper is called as the IR remote control. Now what does it mean actually? Every meter have some communication port which is known as either a optical port, IRDA port, or RS485 port, or IR port, infrared port. So it is observed in the field that user uses a infrared control which generates that signals pulses, and that device is pointed towards the optical port through which your meter get confused and may comes into your hang condition. So let me show you what's the optical port. So here in this meter you can see these are the two LEDs. This is a optical port exactly. And when a external remote controller is pointed towards this optical port and tries to trigger the pulses towards this optical port, so in this case your metering engine can be confused, right? So for this also again some kind of precautions need to be taken into the firmware while designing its communication port. Okay. Sixth one is a AC-DC injection. Again this is a kind of a external tampering mechanism where some AC supply or a DC supply is injected to the meter at its terminal points so that your meter may stop or may also get damaged. Seventh one is the strong radiations or the radio frequency fields. It is also observed that some kind of a strong radio frequency fields are also imposed externally onto the meter in order to stop the meter. And the eighth one is the injecting noise on a power line. In some cases it is observed that the some kind of a high noise is applied at the phase and neutral terminal so that its power supply get damaged and hence meter stopped working. So again in order to take care of this kind of a tampering, your meter power supply is designed in a robust way which uses the different hardware filters. Okay. So okay guys, in this video I have covered maximum tampering conditions as observed in field and some basic tricks or the mechanisms used to avoid these tampers in firmware or via hardware. In case if you have any query related to these tampers, you can write it into the comment section or you can email me. I will try to address your all queries. So thank you very much, and I hope that the contents of this video is useful to you, and have a nice day.